9 a.m. Good feeling. And like we've had the previous conversation, your good feeling should also be a healthy good feeling. Isikuwa tu yani una mtu mwenye amekukosea lakini anakununulia simu. Amekukosea lakini ameenda sasa amekujengea nyumba. Amekukosea alafu anakupikia mila hapo. Nasikia ati madem ladies, nasikia ati amsemangi sorry kwa nyumba.
Aje.
Ati umekosirikia bwana yako, umemshautia, umemongelesha vibaya, umemfanyia all sorts of bad things. Akikuja kwa nyumba unamwambia utakula ama umeshiba?
Kwanza unapenda
kwani utakula kuku yangu?
Unaambia babe, nime chicken curry kwa hapo juu ya fridge. Hiyo ndio sorry, imagine. Ati dema kwambia sorry. Ngumu.
But guys, you have to I actually listen, me, this is what I believe. Kuna bishi yangu jana nilimwambia, if anything is one-sided in however way, human beings we're people who, when you give something, you expect results. That's why when you go to school, unataka kwa number one, ukienda job unataka ku give something. You don't just do stuff for doing. So even in a relationship, right, ladies, if you're not reciprocating the effort of your mandem, hamtakuwa na amani. Kwa sababu at some point atasikia nafanyanga udem kila kitu lakini hata kuniambia sorry. Anapita tu. Na nyinyi mna normalize, mnasema unajua madema wasemangi sorry. So kuna chale wenyewe ameka kwa nyumba nafikiri it's normal. Hiki tu si normal.
No, they find it hard.
Unless ulizaliwa na ulikuwa tuka jungle boy. Tulipatikana tu kwa jungle alafu kajiraise. Mzazi wako anajuanga usemangi sorry. Because you taught these manners. Tuki kukosea lazima. Na by then you may note, there are people who when they find so hard to say sorry.
Yeah, but at home you're taught well, but unakutana na
practice ndio shida.
Hey baba, from your home to the streets. Your streets ndio inakujanga na kuchange. Yeah.
These streets don't love you like I do. All right, Juliet, welcome to the madness. It's time for On My Grind right here on Morning Vibes. And Juliet amefanya kitu amazing maze. Now I want you to sit back and listen, especially farmers wase wenye mko kwa huda hapo unataka kufanya, you are running a business, you're going to love this story. Welcome to Morning Vibes.
Rebels and reggae heads, start your day the MVP way, where you are the MVP, no negative vibes.
On My Grind today, we are joined by Oduor Juliet, or Juliet Oduor, who is a successful entrepreneur and founder of Blossom Health Essentials, which uses cassava to make alternative flour for people who cannot consume wheat.
Oh my goodness. Where have you been all my life?
Where have you been all my life? You don't consume wheat?
I cut down on wheat.
So we buffalo yani
mi mkate ni hizo ni ati mkate imepanda, I'm like so hata skari imepanda niko like so
I was having an argument with my mom jana about unga ugali. She's like, hey, this, you know, now this drought nini. I'm like, mom, so you just switch to like cassava. She's like, no, but I need no
unga, so
I don't eat ugali. She was panicking and having an anxiety. I'm like, relax. So Juliet, welcome to Morning Vibes.
Thank you.
Uli find out serious cassava, uli find out aje?
It was from a personal problem. My child could not consume wheat. And so alipata a very bad skin reaction. So at first nikafikiria ni ringworm, but ringworm inaenda ikispread all over the body. So when I went to a doctor who was also a nutritionist, akaniambia anaweza kuwa na allergy ya wheat, dairy, nyama. So start observing when the allergy flares up. So nika realize wheat was the biggest trigger. So we had to cut out wheat.
So yani chapo, yani mtoia na kapo tu anaangalia mkimunch.
Sasa hiyo kitu ilikuwa noma sana. I was like, people actually react to it. I had no idea. So as the child was growing, you know, when he was younger, si tungendelea kukula, but yeye bado hakuli. So as he grew older, he wanted to eat what we are eating. So I decided to just check online, what is this gluten allergy? Do we have those flours here locally? Because the shops I went to at that time, you could only find gluten-free in a health store, and the price was ridiculous. Then you come home, you try make something, it backfires. So nika realize we actually have these flours here locally, but mainly tunatumia kutengeneza uji ama ugali peke yake. So I was like, how can we use this to make pancakes, to make bread, to make chapati? So the first thing I made was pancakes, and it actually tasted really good. So that was the transition for us.
Cassava. Cassava pancakes.
Cassava pancakes.
Unajua and like I was talking to my mom, namwambia juu ya hiyo muhogo. And ananiambia, so all the time I'll just be eating boiled stuff. I'm just like, you can do different types of things with the food. And I feel like part of the issue ya Afrika ama tuseme hapa Kenya could move to those kind of foods zenye hata unaweza pata uko na hiyo allergy hiyo food, lakini unangangana tu na kwa sababu that's the only way you know how to consume this food. Like you said, hizi maunga ukiangalia kwa supermarket, unga ni ya uji, ya ugali ama ya chapati na mandazi, lakini unga iko na various things unaweza tengeneza ensure that kama ni alternative unahamia ikuwe alternative fiti. So ukatengeneza pancakes.
Nikatengeneza pancakes. Then I think I was a very dedicated mom. So when you'd go for birthday parties, I'd bake cupcakes. Ndio sanya watu wanakula keki, even he has a cake to eat. So that people were curious, ebu tuonje hiyo keki. So some of them are like, hata mimi niko na shida ya ngano, can you make for us?
Nice.
So that's how the business it started as a business. So I used to buy flour kutoka kwa soko, then you mix, you make your own things. So when people wanted to buy from me, and then kwa soko quality ina vary, leo inafanana iko brownish, kesho. So like if I want to sell food, I have to assure quality. So nikamua, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to start my own production. So I had to move now from my home kitchen when I was just mixing to now starting my own production, where I get the cassava from the farmer, I dry it, I mill it. So mtu akiwa na shida, I can trace where the source of the problem is. And also because some people are very sensitive. So wataki contamination hata na wheat kidogo. Kukiwa na contamination, they become sick. So I had to guarantee that.
Nice. It seems that you did a lot of research before you got into this business, but you also, just by looking at you, there's an aspect of character and excellence towards what you produce. So just talk to us about even how your day-to-day life affects how your business functions, because kuna hiyo the aspect of you're producing quality, meaning that you have to do research and upate the right thing, but you're also really big on excellence. You wouldn't like to fail in this one. So how do you come about, how did your true character play about in your business?
It was mainly about resilience, especially like finding the perfect blend for chapati. That was the hardest thing for me. So I'd keep trying, it would backfire, go do more research, try again, and also just to share with people, because people are like, naonja aje. So I had to go like to the markets, the food markets, prepare samples, have people taste. Hata saa zingine mtu gluten free hapana, inaonja hizo hapana. To just taste. Kama ni mbaya enda uteme. Then they would be like, it actually tastes good. So it was a new product, so I had to educate people about it, and also through that just keep on trying and improving on the product. Because sasa nilianza na pancake, then I went to a baking flour, chapati. Now we have like 7 different options. So from 1 option to 7 of them. So it's just determination and resilience.
Nice.
So determination and resilience. I like that. And by the way, I saw the determination and resilience as soon as you just started. My baby is going to a baby shower or a birthday. Wacha bakie his own cake. Hapo ndo najua. Mave angekwambia kwani wewe unaweza kula keki kweli na unajijua kuna allergy? Nisikuona ukiangalia keki ya mtu. Or you're banned from going for the birthdays. So that's definitely resilience. Now, tuongee juu ya gluten kwa sababu hii kitu ni when you found out, wewe ilibidi uende kwa daktari u find out mtoto wako kuna hii allergy. Kuna mtu mwenye anatusikia saa hii na amesikia mtoto wangu pia ukuanga na marashes. Wewe ulifind out aje? Ulisema uliona hiyo rash ki extend. How would you advise someone mwenye anasikiza sahi aseme maybe there are things I should be looking out for in my child's diet?
So most of the time when your child eats something and they react to it, you will have to keep a food journal. So you'll observe, maybe akikunywa maziwa, maybe ndio anaendesha, ama tumbo inafura, ama aendi choo, ama akikula mandazi, chapati, ndio anapata hiyo rash, ama saa zingine hiyo rash ilikuwa, but sasa anaanza kujikuna. So you have to be very observant. The best thing to do, even what I had to do, is keep a food journal. What did he eat for breakfast? Snack time, lunch. So that will help you to narrow down to the trigger. Yeah, so it has to be, you have to observe, you have to be there or have the minder, not what foods the child is eating.
Now, kuangalia biashara ya kufanya unga, basically biashara ni kuuza unga, si ndio?
Yes.
Ulikuwa unafanya nini before kuuza unga? Wewe ni msee unaunganisha watu sasa vile.
So, after my first degree, sikupata job. So
ulisomea nini?
Biomedical technology.
So that's it for the show.
Hata na COVID. Na COVID hakuko na kazi.
Before COVID. Now COVID, I was very relevant during COVID. Sasa biashara ilikuwa ishashika. So at that point nikaanza tu biashara. That time I was a farmer. Nilipanda bell peppers and tomatoes kwa greenhouse, alafu sikupata soko. Then I studied occupational safety and health for my postgraduate. Then I worked as a safety and health advisor. So I was doing that, and also in between because of now baking for my child, I'd get cake orders. So I'd also baked cakes at some point in my life. So I was doing that and still making the flour. Then I got to a point where I quit my job. I think after you finish school and you don't go straight into employment, ukikuja baadaye it becomes
it's
really
hectic.
hard. Yes. So I left that. So I was just focusing on my baking and making the flour. So it got to a point where it was hard to juggle the two. When one was working, the other one was down. So I made a shift to just making the flour.
Gentlemen, sijui kama unasikia story hapa from our friend Juliet. Hapa anasema she's basically using everything she has. You know, anaangalia mtoto wake, anakuwa very determined in that space to know everything. Pia kwa zile vitu zenye amesoma, hata hiyo side hustle yenye alikuwa nayo, ninajua kubake cakes. Ilianza tu kimzaha, kidogo kidogo watu wanaanza kumuuliza bake for us some more. Sasa COVID imekuja. A lot of people ungeangalia tu mimi nilisoma hii so nafaa kwa job. But alijaribu vitu zingine, akajaribu farming, haikuingiana, kidogo kidogo amefanya kitu kingine. But then hizi vitu zote zikakuja pamoja into this product that you are making.
Yes.
And you had to now narrow into the business.
Yes.
What challenges have you had from employment to running a business?
Well, you know, when you leave employment, you're like, I'm going to be my own boss. And sleep. Oh my goodness. You're going to be your own boss, and you're going to be the worst boss because no one is following you. So if you don't do, it's all good, but at the end of the month, there's no paycheck.
Wow.
So you really, hiyo ni ya kujituma, where you're working, you know, hata saa zingine, you know, at holiday, long holiday, for you it's just a normal work day. So it really requires discipline. And then you see, ukiwa na biashara yako, especially when you're starting, wewe ndio kila kitu. I used to be the one to source for the cassava, to peel, to mix, to take to the market. So when you're starting and you don't have capital, you have to do all those things. But as you keep growing, the best thing you can do is to just find a way to create structures. Kwa utapata mtu akusaidia na kitu tu moja, mchukue. Then the next level you find someone else. So now, like I'm here now, but production is going on. In the past, if I'm here, everything else stops.
So kila kitu iko hapa sasa.
So that was the challenge. And then you find that now you have to learn marketing, you have to learn production, you have to learn procurement, and there's no school to teach you that. You're learning on the job. So, and that's why resilience is key, because at times you might end up resenting your business because it demands a lot from you.
All right, now when you look back where you've come from and you're now seeing where you are and where you're going, do you think when you look at the because the cassava, from what I'm hearing from you, it is versatile.
It is.
Yeah. So say you have some products and you're already doing some production. Let's look 5 years into the future.
5 years into the future, I come from Siaya County, and that's where I do my production from. There's really no real industry in Siaya, and poverty levels are high, and people are unproductive, and the main thing is hatuna soko. People are in a state of hopelessness. So what I want to do in the next 5 years is to have a fully fledged industry in Siaya just for cassava production, where we can employ the young people, we can have more people farming cassava and utilize cassava just not for food, it has industrial uses. So we want to explore the whole plant and empower the people in Siaya County. Let cassava be their cash crop.
What does that mean in terms of investment? Are you looking for guys to invest in it, or you're just personally doing it?
definitely need investment. For business, it gets to a point for you to move to the next level, you need investment. So we need land to set up the production facility, we need to set it up, we need equipment. We also need to empower our farmers, because some of them still hawashikanishi. As you were saying, people don't want to eat cassava. To them, it looks like
the past.
Ama ni kitu. If you've made it,
you shouldn't
unakula sasa ngano.
Machapati sasa.
To eat other things. So we want to educate them to see that actually this crop, because it does well in Siaya. You can earn a living from it, you can eat it, it can take your children to school, it can transform your livelihood, but they need that education. They need to see the bigger picture.
You know what I like that you said? You said, we need to empower the farmers, and it's where you've come from.
Yes.
And my hope and prayer to especially professionals that wamekuja, I always say that when you look here in this studio, for example, we're the lucky ones that made it out of the village, because you're just like one uncle or one relative away from being the person who was stuck in the village. If your father maybe ndio angesomeshwa ama angetia mtu bolu ama mama yako, whatever, we ndio gebaki yuko ushago, not having the access to information that we have. So you find that a lady like Juliet anafanya hiki tu, anataka tu kuifanya ka biashara yake peke yake, but afikiri kwamba kuna hundreds of thousands of makazini zake, ma relatives wake, watu wa clan yake wako huko, who all have this same problem that you can come together and empower. Umesikia kama Embo hapo kuna drought, niliwaambia it's bad. Famine is crazy, and I'm so sure that there are lots of professionals from those villages that are in Nairobi, right, who are, one reason or the other have got some information on maybe ways to do different types of farming, how to keep tujimudu, but unafikiria tu Nairobi, unafikiria tu sherehe, ufanya luta continua kila Sunday, badala ku empower watu nyumbani. So I really love that. Kumalizia, nataka kama MVP wa bonge na wewe, would you maybe they want to ask you swali moja mbili tatu hapo? Kabla tuingie hapo, nataka kusalimia watu wa Siaya.
Watu wangu wa
na lugha ya nyumbani.
Oya ore uru Josiaya.
The end.
Fresh I done fresh paint. Still no girl can't call me free.
Bad people there, move.
Smartin'.
Number one for dancehall.
Hands up, y'all from you know where your man lay.
Let them cry over me.
Vibes Radio.
All right, 17 minutes to 10 a.m. Remember, we're joined by Juliet. Juliet amesema mimi sitabaki nyuma na mbele kama Mkenya ndajijenga, na amejenga something so amazing. And there are people who are listening right now who are wondering, and this is my last question before I open the phone lines to MVPs, where can we get the product?
For now, we have the product in Quickmart, some branches of Quickmart. We also have it online. You can just reach out to us directly on Blossom Health Essentials. Then we can have it delivered to you. Penye uko hapa Kenya. So basically, we are still spreading our wings to different outlets around the country.
All right, wacha tuongee na MVP. Kumbuka, kama uko na swali lolote la kumuuliza Juliet, labda unataka kumpongeza ama kumshukuru, the number to call is 0719012700. Umesema product inaitwa Blossom
Health Essentials.
Blossom Health Essentials. Good morning.
Good morning, Vibes.
Yes, this is Vibes Radio.
Yes, this is Steven.
Steven, karibu sana.
Thank you. Okay. First of all, nataka kupongeza sana huyo mgeni.
Anaitwa Juliet.
Yeah, she's doing a very good job.
Asante.
Yeah, then niko na swali. Like for example, maybe I have an idea similar to that, and I have maybe a friend we want to do maybe we want to do like
business together.
Two people business together. Yes. Partnership. Yes. Thank you. So. Like and we have challenges like doing registration, business name. Like we want to find a good name that fits the business. So like how can we get like where to get a business name so that we can register so that we start our business?
Okay, it's a very interesting question. Nauliza, where can you get a business name? Anaitwa Steve. Steve, make sure you listen in, atakupatia jibu. Antonio.
Yes, Kombo.
Niko hapa na neighbor wako wa Ungwaro.
Bana, niko asili bana, tupuko cha asili.
Bana ndio mimi.
Uliza swali Antonio.
Mimi nilikuwa nauliza Juliet. Like has she started doing supplies and all Joe. Mimi I'm a certified driver and a content hapo. And I job my brand.
All right. Antonio anasema he can be your driver. Wacha tusikie. Lee.
Hey, mambo.
Fiti sana.
Leo na Rumoro hapa. So niko na daivi. Yambo ya pastry manze, my job is to come through.
Watu watafuta job.
Watu wako job mazee. Lee, let me ask you a question. Kuna kitu yote yenye Juliet anasema yenye imekuinspire yenye unasema I can also go and start my own business?
Bana, mimi na kuangalia ile passion ya kuweka cake hub hivi.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible.
So you
can definitely do it.
So na kuangalia zile za pia Cassava imeweza, nimesikia imeweza pia.
All right. Thank you so much. So swali ni
kama job employment ziko lazima vacancy hivi.
Okay, all right. Let's hear from Mato. Mato, good morning.
Hello.
Unabonga
na Mato, mkwaje hapo?
Tuko fresh
sana.
Haya, mimi nilikuwa nataka kuuliza Madam Juliet. Amesema kuna 7 options za kutumia hiyo Cassava flour, si ndio? Sasa mimi nilikuwa nataka aniambie the rest nijue na bado my second question is that ameongelelea maneno ya empowerment. Mimi nimesikia story yake hadi nikasema from here I'm going to start my own business, na tena amesema ni ukweli. Wase wengi, mimi niko na best ya koocha. Nasikia kwa box.
Nakusikiza.
Akoocha ako na certificates zote zinacheza A.
Wow.
Amesomea agribusiness. Sasa yeye huku Nairobi yeye ni Eldoret.
Wow.
Afikiriange kuenda Ota akienda anaenda tu kwa ile shamba yake ndogo yenye ako nayo huko. Akienda huko nasikia kwa box
nakusikia.
Anachukua do, analipa wafanyikazi. Anarudi Nairobi na teknolojia na akili uma na konayo kwa
na kuna hiyo agribusiness kwa akili yake.
Ako nayo, lakini unasikia kwanza hiyo ifunzo wangu kila pahali. Venye Madam Juliet amesema. Resilience and determination, kuna zenye utafunzwa pahali, utajifunza, you will learn. You will learn through the experiences that you go through every day. Unanipata?
Nakupata.
Sasa mimi nilikuwa nasema aniambie the remaining options.
Za hizo unga.
Wamesema chapati na pancake. Hizo unga.
All right. Thank you so much Mato, and we appreciate you. Unasikia bishia Mato maze? Watu mko tu adultery. Unasahau kwamba utaretire. Ama Nairobi itakutema. Alafu unaenda huko nyumbani watu ushago. Hata utaki kurudi ushago kwa nini? Hata huko umejenga hata Simba. Hakuna kitu umefanya, hakuna venye umeisaidia watu wenu.
Hata watu wakujui.
Yeah. And I'm not saying it is important, it's a must to help. I'm just saying that hapa Nairobi tumekuja job. Tukimaliza utaziko wapi? Ocha. So a few questions have been asked. Let's start with Mato. Mato knows the different uses of cassava flour.
So how I've packaged the flour, because I want to make it easier for people to use.
Yeah.
So kuna ile yenye nimetengeneza ya pancake, kuna ya kubake, then kuna ya chapati, kuna ya bread, kuna ya kutengeneza chocolate cake. Kama sasa hiyo chocolate cake unachukua tu unaongeza kama ni mayai na maziwa, unakoroga unajibikia. So I try to make it easier, ndio mtu asikuwe na excuse sijui venye nitaitumia. So I make it easier for people to use.
Yeah man.
Yeah.
All right. Kuna ule mwenye msema nataka kwa makazi, jibu watu wa kazi. Kuna wadire, kuna cake shop.
The reality in this country ni hakuna kazi. Hata mimi mwenyewe sikupata kazi after kusoma. And I was also an A student. Na sio ile saizi ile before ya batiani.
Ni A ama ni
A for apple.
Okay.
So, and now that we've moved to county and devolution, in your county, there is something that thrives. Kama ni ule mtu ako Northeastern, kuna ngamia, what can you do with that? So, wacha kuangalia the typical way of thinking of whatever has been done, unataka kukopio. Where you are, there's a problem that you can solve.
Yes.
I could have chosen to... People have asked me, uko Nairobi, ungeneta Machakos, uchukue muhogo huko. But I chose to go back to my home county. So huko penye huko, what can you do? I can't promise to give you employment at this point. I have a few employees, we are growing. So penye huko tu, angalia ni nini utaweza kufanya. But ukikaa nyumbani ukingoja job, utangoja?
Unaona paka nimefanya standing ovation because every single day as MVPs we encourage you that the solution to your community's problems, the solution to your own problems are lying right there under your nose. That's huangalia around your environment. There's a day we had a young gentleman who came into the studio. Actually, I always tell the story of St. Paul's, the guys who decided to create sanitary towels out of banana fiber. And I challenge MVPs. Find out, because banana fiber does much more than just sanitary towels. Yo irenu mkona bananas. Mnafanya nini nayo? Last year, was it the year before, I had young people that came into the studio. Ametoka hizi sides are Central. And iyo area walikuwa notice kuna a lot of bananas that go to waste, right? There's so much bananas that yani paka mangombe zinakula. And so these young people just looked at wako na majob, wamemaliza kampo, wamerudi hapo ushago sawa ni tutafanya nini? And they decided to set up a CBO. And in the process wakangalia wakasema, hey, there's a lot of banana that goes to waste. And what did they decide to do? Waka decided could do research on what they could be able to make from this banana. Fast forward a year later, they created banana flour, which is currently selling in different supermarkets in different areas in Central. And the CBO is growing. They've even bought machines like wamejiendeleza. Sasa umeka hapo nyumbani unasikia story hapo unasema employment. I need you to get that thought out of your head. But at the same time, I'm going to challenge you and your county leaders. We've been urging young people to get into business, but we don't tell them how.
Exactly.
So do keep it right here on My Grind. We'll always try to, as much as possible, bring people that could be able to give you tips on how you can be the next employer.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Juliet, for being here.
Thank you so much.
Sounds of Riley. Unatupatia mix ama?
Yes, mix kana.
Si tupatie mix wacha kubonga.
Morning vibes, no negative vibes. Playing music for the rebels. Vibes Radio 104.5.